Okay, camera's rolling. It is Sunday, August 11, 2024, 11 o'clock flight.
My name is Andy Beem. I'm the owner of Windsports Hang Gliding School based in Los Angeles, California. I've been working with Windsports since 1989, and we are Southern California's largest hang gliding school on the West Coast. We specialize in giving people first-time experiences with hang gliding, as well as teaching people to get fully certified so they can fly off of a high altitude mountain solo by themselves and experience hang gliding the way that birds fly naturally.
My name is Erika Klein. I've been hang gliding for about 16 years. I started right here at Dockweiler Beach when I was 16 years old. I got my flight instructor rating when I was in college. My mom got it around the same time I did, so we've both been basic instructors, which means that we can teach at the beach on the dunes. So my mom started hang gliding a year after me. We both love hang gliding. We love teaching people how to do it, introducing people to the sport. So we kind of both became instructors at the same time.
Hi, my name is Erika Muss-Barnes. I am a hang glider pilot. I started a project called Hang Gliding Flight School. This is my World War II styled Army Jeep, and that is my grandfather's World War II dog tag number. One of the things that really influenced me into aviation was going to air shows when I was a little kid, and I would always go with my uncle, who was in the Air Force, and my grandfather. And the two of them would take me, and we'd look at the airplanes, see performances from the Blue Angels. That was what really got me interested in aviation.
I grew up in Venice, California, and not too far from where the Dockweiler State Beach hang gliding facility is. And one day they brought me down here, and I watched them fly up the 30-foot sand dune, and I thought to myself, I don't know about that flying in the mountain stuff, but this, flying off the sand dunes, looks really fun. So I flipped into a glider, took my very first flight, and it surprised me not only how fun it was, but how familiar it was. When I flew the glider, that first flight, it felt like when I fly in my dreams at night. It was so close to that same sensation. So I instantly felt comfortable. I instantly felt in control and fell in love with it from that first flight. And now I've been doing it for 42 years, and it's the most fun activity that I've ever experienced.
Have fun. Flare!
This is the photograph that really got hang gliding started at Dockweiler Beach. A bunch of engineers that work nearby LAX. You got TRW, Hughes Aircraft, Boeing. All these guys are really big aviation enthusiasts. And the glider that they're flying there is a modified what's called Regalo wing. And the Regalo wing was developed by NASA as a potential re-entry vehicle for spacecraft. Now, because we were in a space race with the Russians, the United States chose to use parachutes. We're already proven to work. So that's why you didn't see gliders like this bringing the Gemini and the Apollo space capsules down. So these guys decided, hey, let's not build a Regalo wing for a spacecraft, let's build one to carry a human body. So they could use bamboo, some plastic garbage bag material, and a bunch of duct tape, and fabricated a flyable wing. Now he's just hanging from his armpits, and he's throwing his feet to change his center of gravity to steer the glider. Throw your feet forward, the nose goes down. Throw your feet back, the nose goes up. Shift your weight to the left, turns left. Shift your weight to the right, it turns right. So it's a very simple application to fly the glider. And this is the safest place in the world to do that because you got soft sand, smooth air, and just the most forgiving conditions and surroundings, so that if that thing didn't fly very well, you wouldn't get hurt. So Dockweiler is the birthplace of hang gliding in the United States. This is where people in the old days would fly bamboo gliders and build just experimental things, and this would be the safest place to go out and test them to see if they work.
I think what draws a lot of people to hang gliding is the connection to nature, because we don't have an engine that's pulling us up into the air. We're completely reliant on ourselves, on nature, on the winds, on thermals to stay up. People can fly for hours. They're always looking for where's lifts. How am I going to keep myself up in the air? And that's just a really magical feeling to know that you can fly like a bird. Hang gliding is not actually that labor intensive, or you don't have to be super strong to hang glide. Many people think we're holding on for dear life. If we let go, we're going to die. That's not true. We're strapped into the glider, so you can let go of the glider. You're still hanging from the glider with straps that can hold thousands of pounds, so there's no concern about falling out. We also carry a reserve parachute, so if something did happen, we would be able to throw that, and that could help bring you down softly. I will say most hang glider pilots never have to use the reserve parachute in decades of hang gliding, but we do carry them for safety.
Let's say I'm going to do a movie stunt, and I'm flying a glider that has a lot of modifications to it. I can do some test flying here, make sure it's stable and flies well before I go out onto a movie set with a director telling me to do something specific. I would love to see Hollywood utilizing hang gliding more. Always going to create an attractiveness to the eye. Hang gliders, just when you see them fly, are just magnificent and beautiful.
I think hang gliding is great for everyone. I think I mentioned before, it doesn't take a lot of strength to hang glide, so it's really a good fit for whether you're a guy, a girl, whatever. I think it can be a little bit harder for women to get into the sport because it is very male dominated. There are so many men doing it, not that many women in most places. And it can be hard to tell people, just get past that, just ignore it. That is kind of what you have to do unless you can find a place where there are more women. We're lucky here, we have quite a few women going through the program right now. But when I started, I was the only one until my mom joined.
Launching! Nice.
I think with many extreme sports like that, there's not as many women. I'd love for there to be more. One of the point of my social media and the work I do is trying to show people that through my flying, which I'm trying to show the easy, accessible side of flying, that if I'm doing it, anyone can do it. And I'm just trying to get that message out. And so I do hope that more women will try it and, be able to fly, because we can fly. Everyone wants to do that. It's kind of different from anything I've done because when you're up in a hang glider, it's just you. You have to completely trust yourself, what you're doing, your experience, knowing that you have the knowledge and the confidence to do that. I think it translates to everyday life too, because you're like, oh, I've been in a hang glider, I've had to deal with these things. Anything on the ground, that's easy.
Hang gliding project called Hang Gliding Flight School, and that is really about the basics of hang gliding, and it's all about helping beginners get started. I've loved filmmaking for so long. I've always associated flying with movies and all the things that I see in film. I want to be Superman, I want to be Iron Man, and when you see these movies where people get to fly, it's so amazing to think, wow, I can actually go do that. And to me, one of the most appealing things about hang gliding is the fact that it is probably truly the most affordable form of aviation that there is. When I was a little kid, I was really into aviation, and I wanted to be a pilot. I wanted to fly, fighter jets, and I would go to air shows all the time. My uncle was in the Air Force, and so he would teach me all this stuff about the planes. But as I got older and I realized how difficult it is to actually become a fighter pilot and all the dedication that takes, I realized, well, if I really want to fly, hang gliding is the doorway into
Just the spiritualness of being elevated above the earth and getting that bird's eye view of the planet below you. It's very difficult to put into words, and it's not a very high adrenaline type of a sport or experience. It's actually quite the opposite, where it's very relaxed and it's very meditative, and at the end of a day, you just have this overwhelming positive energy. And that's what really drew me to hang gliding. And as a hang gliding instructor, that's what I'm trying to give to my students.
So I've known Andy since I started hang gliding, since I was, 16, 17 years old. He taught me my second lesson ever at Dockweiler Beach, and it's just a really incredible person, incredible pilot, and I'm so happy that, I'm able to teach with him. I'm always trying to channel Andy to be positive, to find something good to say to the students. Really a pillar of the community. We have a lot of female instructors now. I think a lot of that is due to, Andy's openness to working with everyone, being really positive, being a great mentor. Always impressed with how positive he is, and we're both trying to, be more like Andy and, teach people in that way. Even if something is going wrong with a student or something like isn't quite right, he'll be on the radio and just like very calm, telling them what to do, and getting everyone through their flight safely. And anytime you fly with Andy, go on a tandem with Andy, like you're in good hands.
Great job.